And hello everybody, welcome back to RFC News. Hope you're all well, guys. A bit of breaking news today on this live stream. Yet another transfer deal agreed, and this one sort of came out of nowhere, I suppose. I know the boys, I know a few of the RFC News team, of course, articulated some of this information this morning with regard to Joe Rothwell. This one's kind of come out of the left wing, I suppose. It's come out of nowhere. It's kind of not really been rumbling on for the last couple of days, but we found out about Joe Rothwell possibly this morning or late last night, and now we've already agreed a deal for him, and he will be signing for Rangers on a permanent transfer. So as always, guys, we are going to be going through what we know with regard to this deal, what it means, who Joe Rothwell is, where does he play, all of these kind of things. Yeah, I'll take your thoughts and opinions in the live chat with regard to this transfer. But as stated, it's a done deal. Whilst he's not been formally announced by the football club just yet, and maybe depending on when you're watching this video, he has agreed a deal, and that comes from very, very good sources, including Sky Sport. So this is Joe Rothwell, of course, and as we stated, Rangers have agreed a deal to sign him from Bournemouth. Obviously, Rothwell spent last season out on loan at Leeds United and helped them win promotion to the English Premier League after winning the Championship. A lot of people always asking when we sign players just because of our injury record. He made 39 appearances for the Yorkshire club, so was ready available. He's 30 years old and started his career at Manchester United and also played for Oxford United, Blackburn Rovers, and is now set to move on a permanent deal. Whilst Max Aarons, of course, was a loan deal, this one is actually going to be a permanent transfer, so it's going to be a player, of course, that we're going to be having and be keeping for a while. So it's our third signing now of the transfer window, following Lyle Cameron, Max Aarons as well. And then, of course, Connor Cody looks as though he could be coming up the road as well imminently. But this is signing number 3, if you want to call it that. And that is, of course, for Joe Rothwell. Interesting. In terms of his position, he is a midfielder, of course, and as stated, his age is 30 years old. And as you can see, he spent all of his career playing in England. In the last couple of years, really, he's not been able to get too many moves. He's been playing in the Championship the last 2 seasons, Leeds United, then of course Southampton, was at Bournemouth, and then Blackburn prior to that. But a centre midfielder, and yeah, that's it. I mean, a lot of concerns from the Rangers fans already, I think, with regard to our transfer recruitment. A lot of these players are coming from the English leagues. I don't think Rangers fans often like the players coming from the English leagues, especially like the sort of journeyman. We've been burnt in the past with it. But then again, having said that, if you can find the next Eze or the next Michael Elise, if you're looking at the younger players within England, then it could be a win-win. However, I do, of course, have my reservations with the sort of journeymen, if you want to call it that, the players that have coming towards the end of their careers and maybe looking for a big payday. So Joe Rothwell, I mean, I think it's a good signing for us. We need some experience. But I can understand people's reservations from where we're shopping. But Russell Martin's sort of transfer expertise would probably suggest that he's going to be looking at more English players just naturally because he spent all of his career down in England. And that's where he's managed players in the past. But yeah. Christ is the Lord says, has he signed the contract? Yeah, well, it's been confirmed that Rangers have agreed a deal for the player. So he's on his way, most definitely. And that's a done deal, guys. So he says that the deal has been agreed with Bournemouth on a permanent transfer. Personal terms have been agreed. And now we're just, of course, waiting for that announcement. Hopefully this is the start to building. I mean, we've got a couple of players in already, but hopefully I want to see some more maybe foreign players as well. I want to see some more younger players come in through the door as well. Look, don't get me wrong, Max Aarons, Joe Rothwell, they're going to be good additions to the team, but I do want to see some more younger players as well and see what we can get going forward. Ross says, don't worry about Joe Rothwell. He's free kick specialist and a decent midfielder. I think a steady one for sure. Tone says, ripped his calf umpteen times at Bournemouth. Sent on loan to Leeds, getting used to like a dirty book. Training free agreed. Freddie Falconer says, I think Martin wants Dowell and Davies. Rothwell fits in that, so does Cody. Transfer fee. I think it's an undisclosed fee, by the way. So Scope's obviously saying how much it is. It's being reported as an undisclosed fee and will probably likely be announced as an undisclosed fee. But again, he's got 1 year left on his contract, so I can't really imagine it being that much money, let's put it that way, especially for a 30-year-old and a player that's almost been surplus to requirements at other football clubs. So yeah, as stated, I don't think it's going to be that much, but being reported on Sky as an undisclosed fee. So yeah, no fee as of yet. Bring on the rebuild. Let's get back on form. Christ as the Lord says, I hope we can improve after losing to TNS. I mean, it was a bounce game. I mean, it's the first game of preseason, right? I don't really look into the results of preseason too much, but as stated, yeah, you never want to see Rangers lose. Yes, you recognise me. Yeah, of course. Shug Scotland says Rothwell equals a Dow 2.0. Again, people have their reservations of recruiting down in England. That's never going to change. But again, you can get some good signings down there. There's some good players down there in England, and we've seen it happen before. You know, we've had when you're looking at the younger market, we've had a good Joe Aribo. We've had the Calvin Bassies that have come through and went on for a lot of money. Glenn Kamara, I suppose. I know he was bought from Dundee, but he started his career down in England. So you're going to be able to find these players like Eze, Michael Elise, these players, if you get to them early, you know, you're not going to turn your nose up to them. Of course, we've turned our nose up to Ivan Toney before, and look what he's gone on to do. So I understand it, but I also say that there is a lot of talent down there as well. So you've always got to keep an open mind with regard to it, for sure. But yeah, that's it in terms of the transfer news, guys. Joe Rothwell follows Max Aarons. He joins on an undisclosed fee. It is a permanent deal, so we'll wait and see. But we've got a couple more maybe players in the pipeline. It doesn't look like Connor Cody one's brewing. Of course, Jermaine Defoe came out and spoke about it, and spoke about that he was going to be coming to the football club. Said that he was keen on the move, and obviously they're just finalising some sort of agreements. But Rangers, of course, very much do want the player, and that's likely a player that will be coming at some point. And then, of course, people talking about Egerman. Of course, it does look as though that Egerman is coming to the end of his career at Rangers. And if it's going to be for a lot of money, then, of course, we've been burnt in the past. We've not accepted the transfer fee at the right time. The figure I'm hearing for Egerman is of around 20 million euros, which, again, I think with 4 years left on his contract, it's still a very, very good fee. It's still a very, very good fee. And in the past, we've often got burnt because we didn't pay the money. We didn't take the money. And look at Morelos, look at Ryan Kent, for example. So you got to take it when you can get it. So we'll see what happens with Egerman going forward. But guys, do let me know your thoughts on Joe Rothwell signing for the football club.